Okay, you've also been a trendsetter on the personal front, going out there, adopting a girl child as a single parent at a time when I think it wasn't even legal.
We are sort of Renee and Shri Sushmita Sen are a president in the High Courts now. People use that to for single adoptions now. So yes, that did work out well. Though I have to say, with the number of children in orphanages, it is imperative that laws of that country support adoption, protecting the child, of course, but support it more.
What made you take such a decision? Did you have the support of your family? I mean, didn't they say things like, "Meri beti ki shadi kaise hogi?"
Okay, here we go. Well, you're absolutely right, Abha. I have the best parents in the world, and I hope every child feels like that about theirs, but mine really are. They have raised me and my brother to be people with their own minds and to take their own decisions and therefore be responsible for those decisions also. I think what it was I knew that one of the main purposes in my life was to be a mum. I knew that.
At 24, that's fairly, you were in the middle of your
I knew that when I was
Bollywood
18.
career.
I knew that when I was 18.
Has it been difficult to be a single parent?
Of course, it's got its ups and downs. You've got moments when you think, and not because the child is ever a problem, it's because your emotions as a mum come into play. I'm in the thick of receiving an award, but I want to be at my child's sports day. So there are those moments where you have to negotiate with yourself. The good thing is, I have never made any sacrifices for my children. Because when you put sacrifice in an element, you tend to let the child feel the pressure of, I did this for you.
But when did that priority shift happen for you? Actually deciding consciously that you wanted to sort of spend more time on being a mother, even if it meant giving up on XYZ.
I compartmentalize. I do so many things in a day, Abha, that you'd go stone crazy trying to do all of them. Unless you know your priorities, you compartmentalize what's important now. So when I'm with my daughter post her tuitions in the evening, no one from my office can reach me. They just can't. And if something is urgent in it, you will get a reply based on that urgency, otherwise not. But when I'm at work, my daughter will call only if it's urgent. Otherwise, she understands that I have to work, and I don't actually give anything more or less. My children are my lifeline. But to answer your question, actually what you'd asked is the social pressures. When we went to the High Court judge, he of course asked my father, Mr. Sen, you don't think this will be a problem? Your daughter's getting married now. She comes with a, general perception, a liability, and have you thought about that? So I love my Baba, a very simple man. He turned around and said, please have a look at her. Do you think I have raised her only identity to be someone's wife? Right, and that nailed it. I think
nice.
The judge just smiled and said, you can have the child.
Do you consider yourself lucky to have had that support? Because for many women, keep aside even family support, they're still struggling to get into the corner rooms of offices around the world. And they're having to really give up on a lot of personal ambitions to achieve those goals. Do you think it's a necessary sacrifice?
It is. I think sacrifice is not a word I like very much.
Compromise?
Also another word I don't like.
Decision?
Adjustment.
Choice.
Adjusting I like because it's temporary.
Okay.
Anything that is too permanent in nature becomes a bad habit. Sacrifice therefore makes people, why just women, men, just anybody who's too into the sacrificing concept have very low self-esteems because they want to become martyrs at the drop of a hat for everything. No, stand up for yourself. And in doing so, if you have to fight it out, give yourself targets.
You've also, of course, been very busy in terms of your role as a businesswoman.
My
Bollywood,
favorite one.
Bollywood, sure, that's taken a backseat for now because you're concentrating on being a mother and also on the business side of things. What's keeping you busy there these days?
Presently, I have a company called Tantra Entertainment Private Limited, which came into existence about 5 years ago with purely film production in mind, but that's it. When destiny weaves its ways, a franchise drops into your lap on a Friday afternoon, and now Tantra also owns the franchise. So therefore we got into events because of it. The I Am Foundation, it also keeps us busy because our winners become faces to these organizations, and unlike trying to be Mother Teresa's in every beauty pageant, in this case they actually make a difference. As an interest level, being an entrepreneur is definitely something I enjoy more.
Okay.
Because to me, creating a brand out of an individual or out of a company or out of a product is a high. And I've gone beyond wanting to be the name behind the credit.
So is winning still very important here? And
Absolutely.
do you hope that you're going to bring back the crown?
Definitely. This franchise in our company, to me, the success of it is bringing that crown back. Am I running towards it? No. I'm studying the markets. I'm trying to understand how best to do it. I'm not going into it blind. I will not be pressured by the media or the people into believing that I must win every year, otherwise we're suffering. As I bring these ladies that are participating in IMC every year closer to becoming a threat at that competition, where all of those 90 nations turn around and say, who out of this is Miss India? Then we've arrived.